Hello, welcome to this Collage Crafternoon Pack. I'm very excited to help you explore all the different things that you're going to get in this pack. Now, it's full of paper. There's lots and lots of different kinds of paper in here. The most important thing is that all this paper, all these bits in this pack, they're for you. They're for you to do what you want with. So, if you find a piece of paper that you really love, you don't want to cut it up, you want to keep it, put it on your wall or make it into a bookmark, that's fine. It's yours. You can do whatever you want with. If there's something that you don't like, why not use it to practice your cutting? Take your scissors and see if you can cut different shapes with it. See if you can cut lots and lots of straight lines, or see if you can make confetti. Then maybe that confetti, you might sprinkle it on some glue and that might make you feel good. It might give you a bit of inspiration for something else. So, it's yours. You do what you want with it. Spread it out, have a look and see what you can find. So collage, the word collage, it comes from a French word colle, which means to stick. And when you're sticking, you're collating, you're putting things together. So basically, you're sticking stuff together. Now, this could be a picture. You could have an idea of something. You might want to do a landscape or a city or a person. You might not. You might just want to enjoy the shapes and the colours. Cut any random things and put them together in a way that you like. Remember what I said? It's totally up to you. So before you start, do you have any old magazines or newspapers, any comic books that you don't mind cutting up? Any interesting pictures or colours that you like? Some textures of things that you might want to add into your work? Once you've spread out all the stuff from the pack, add to it with whatever you can find. You might have some different sticky tapes with some patterns on. You might have some different coloured tape. That would be an interesting thing to add. So you might begin, once you've spread everything out, by cutting some shapes. Lots of these things are in squares or rectangles and you might not want that. I thought I might show you how to cut a shape. If you, for example, wanted to do a heart, now I know sometimes hearts can be a bit hard, and this will work with quite a lot of shapes. If you take a piece of paper, I've got a little orange piece that I've ripped off, and you fold it in half, sometimes it's much easier to draw half a shape and then cut it out. Have I got a pen? Yeah. So you might want to draw, you might just want to practice drawing with the scissors. There's an artist, his name is Matisse. He did quite a lot of collage. And he spoke a lot about drawing with scissors. He painted papers, got some colours that he liked, and then he cut and cut and cut strange shapes. He wasn't planning on something necessarily. You might do the same. Anyway, a heart. Instead of trying to draw a whole heart, you could draw against the fold of a heart, against the fold of a paper, sorry, half a heart. Can you see? It's kind of like an ice cream cone on the wonk. And then, have I even got a pair of scissors? I'm glad you can't see my table and what a mess it is. And then you can cut it out. Now, of course, you don't have to try to cut all the way round everything. You can cut up and cut bits off. If that's easier for you, don't feel you have to try to go around and follow the lines. Cut bits off. So this bit becomes quite a straight line. So there you go. There's a heart. It's really good to practice with your scissors. It's really good to take old bits of newspaper perhaps and see what kinds of shapes, because it's not easy straight away to do this. Get a bit of practice in. It's a good idea. Also, you might want to sort the things you've got into different colours, because you might fancy using all the blues. You might be thinking about sky or sand or trees. You might be thinking about, I love pink and I only want to use the pinks. And then you can take all the different kinds of pinks that you can find. I want to show you, inside you've got these bits of coloured vinyl. Now these are sticky and I want to show you how to open them. It's really difficult to try to pick the white away from the colour. What I want you to do is use your finger or thumb and try to roll the colour away from the white. It takes a bit of practice, but I think you can definitely do it. If you hold it up quite high, make it quite stiff and then roll. Can you see how that works? And then this, that's the sticky stuff. Of course, you can cut this in any shape you like first. Don't worry about that. You can always cut things up. So I wanted to show you a few things that might give you a bit of inspiration as to how you might use these stuff. So here is one. This is just the shapes, all those sticky shapes, cut in different ways and stuck on a piece of film. You could stick it on anything. This was a big piece of work. You might have some of your old pieces of artwork that you might want to cut up. You could cut it into lots of squares and then choose your 6, 9, 15 favourite pieces and put them on a different coloured piece of card or paper. This is also a collage. This is the one that someone did of me. They've just ripped paper, so they've not cut at all, they've only ripped. And I want you to try to rip. I want you to experiment with how the edges look different, when you rip them. Have a go with that and see what happens. This is something that a much older person did. So you can see how they've just used the blues and then taken the colours and cut them into shapes. This might not be so easy, but it might be a way to inspire you to think, oh, I could use the blues to make sky, or I could make buildings with all the different greys and browns. Something else I wanted to show you. This is all paper, but look, it's 3D. Can you see how everything's been lifted off the background by using feet, tabs? It's been concertinaed, folded in and out. This one's gone around. This one's a whole tube that can move. You see this one's been tasselled, fringed, just by being cut into only halfway up. Folding these kind of little feet. Can you see folding the outside edge? Makes it very interesting, doesn't it? All paper, it's all flat stuff, but they've made a 3D collage. Might be interesting. One last thing. Remember we spoke about cutting shapes. So maybe when you've got a big pile of shapes, you might just take a few of your favourites and make a card. There are envelopes in there, you could send it to somebody. Just a few ideas. I really look forward to seeing what you might make. Please send me a picture or write to tell me about the story. Tell me how it went for you, how you found it. And thanks so much. I hope you enjoy.